मैंने भी नहीं देखा अभी तो। चल देखते हैं। मैं करता हूँ कल परसों।
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Cover me! Team match, let's go. Reloading!
First point for the red team!
Cover me! Kill! Reloading! Clear! Cover me! Reloading! Target down! Enemy down! Cover me! Kill! Reloading!
The blue team is in the lead.
Nice shot! Cover me! Reloading!
Watch out! Killing spree for the red team!
Clear!
Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the lead.
Great! You're about to win!
The red team doesn't have a lot of time left.
Clear! Blue
Killing
team
spree
victory!
for the blue team!
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent
Marked a
breaks,
location.
and play responsibly.
Team match, let's go.
The blue team has scored for the first time!
No mercy! Cover me! Dead! Reloading! Clear! Dead! No mercy! Cover me!
Killing spree for the blue team! The blue team is in the lead.
Nice shot! Expired! Reloading! Kill!
Killing spree for the blue team!
Enemy down! No mercy! are about to win.
The red team doesn't have a lot of time left.
Target down. Blue team victory.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
I need a weapon.
Quiet.
Team match. Let's go.
Sawadee-ka. Happy now?
No. First point for the red team.
Happy now?
Cover me.
Sawadee-ka. Happy now?
Turn on voice chat. I'm going in. I'm really sorry. I'm going in.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Cover me. Team match. Let's go.
First point for the red team. Search for vehicles. Get in the car. Killing spree for the blue team!
Expired. Reloading.
Red team!
Target down! Cover me!
The blue team is in the lead.
Hey guys.
Welcome back, Cubs. My name is Cup, and we really will be playing Fortnite for 24 hours in this video. Yeah.
So guys, एक channel तो सिर्फ एक
बता रहा कैसे
We live. What up, gamers? Just thought I'd do a quick little live stream. See where it goes. Surprise live stream, everyone. Let me just post it online. Going live for a bit. It's been a long time since I live streamed. I've been so busy. Posted it on YouTube. Absolute madness is about to begin. People are going to school. This is the time to be live streaming. Before we get started. What's up, gamers? Look at this. I got the 100 million PewDiePie chair. Very epic. I don't know how they did it, but they made one even more comfortable than the last. I thought it was impossible. They got one with even finer Italian leather. I didn't know that was possible either. And of course, it can do a couple things. Oh good, this one actually stays up. I'm so scared of the other one. I'm like overused it.
on them, but I believe if they had, it would have rubbed Pakistan's nose further on the ground, and this would have had greater repercussion. Now, the point about, we are at war, Rahul. The country has been at war since 1990 with the Pakistanis. And any soldier, anybody with a sense of military history will tell you that while we have the total number of soldiers that we've lost in our wars since independence pales in comparison to how many people we have lost against just the proxy war initiated by Pakistan. And if you don't call that a war, then I'm sorry, you don't have an understanding of what modern conflicts are all about. So here was a man who was chosen for combat experience in J&K. And J&K, interestingly, we are having theaterization, but they've left J&K out in some of the suggestions I had written about, and I'd spoken to General Rawat about it also. I had thought of a military theater which was Pakistani-centric from Gujarat to Siachen, and then from Aksai Chin right to Myanmar, and two separate theaters, one against China, one against Pakistan. But he did the smarter thing. What he did, which I had never envisaged, that have J&K as a separate operational theater altogether, because they're fighting 4 wars. They're fighting on the LOC, they're fighting on Siachen, they're fighting on LAC, and they're fighting a full-fledged insurgency in Kashmir. And here was a man who understood the smell of the ground. You have your feet on the ground, then whatever other jargon people throw up in discussions and sand models pales against what you really know, what begins to roll when the dice rolls. And this was the difference. Let's hope we will have more like Bipin Rawat, because that is what this country needs from its men in uniform, because that is the investment that the people of India are making in their armed forces.
Srinjoy Chaudhary, you've of course known Bipin Rawat in many other avatars. Talk us a little bit about those.
There were a lot of times, Rahul, when he would say things which he would not tell publicly or discuss publicly. And I'll give you 2 examples of this. 3, in fact. The one you've already spoken about, the fact that he was so quiet about his own bullet injury. That morning, on a winter morning when he was limping, and I asked him, what happened? And he said, oh, it's that old bullet wound. And, in the cold, it hassles me a little bit. That was, of course, one thing. The other thing is, because he was vice chief, because he was chief here, he understood the system and he could get along very well with lots of people. Now, he wanted reforms of the army before, of course, he became CDS and wanted other things done. When he wanted army reforms, again, as the senior generals who have spoken before me have said, there's bound to be resistance. Because as General Rawat used to say, that I'm not here to win an election. I have to do my work. And if I have to make an omelette, I have to break eggs. So at one point, I remember him telling me, this was at Rashtrapati Bhavan of all places, he said, these things, he spoke of a particular very senior bureaucrat. He said, this guy understands what we are doing, and I want him around. And I have told the defense minister to give him an extension. Can you imagine? Here is an army chief suggesting to the defense minister of India that a top bureaucrat who is understanding of the reform system gets an extension. And what happens? The man gets an extension. That's only one thing. The second thing related to, Rahul, you were there, about this business of aircraft carriers. He has said openly, that was his belief, and that's how he felt. He said aircraft carriers in the present context were not priority. He felt that the Navy should go into submarines because of tactical issues, because of what China could do, and so on. And he made it very clear that this is what should happen. And he told the government about it, and it has to be said that the government accepted his point of view.
Well, I suppose when you speak from conviction and you're not compromised in any which way, people will listen to you. I'll take a short break because you will hear from General Rawat now on his mission and what he is set out to do right after. Don't go away.
Presented by Kent RO, जो देता है सबसे शुद्ध पानी.
Co-presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies.
Powered by Ebix Cash, हर खुशी के लिए काफी है. Co-powered by Century Ply, आग से बचाए. Co-powered by 8 PM Premium Black Music CDs.
Co-powered by Star Health Insurance, the health insurance specialist. SMS STAR to 56677.
आज भी स्कूल
potential to develop an immune escape mechanism. Actually, the presence of spike protein aids a virus's entry into the host cell, making it more transmissible. And most vaccines work actually by forming antibodies against the spike protein. Many mutations at the spike protein region may lead to a decrease in COVID-19 vaccine efficacy. Now, the ICMR, National Institute of Virology, has received samples of the Omicron variant and research is underway. How to protect yourself from Omicron? With Omicron scare at the door, even if you have recovered, take precautions like before. So back to basics. Let's revisit a few of these precautionary tips. Get vaccinated. The vaccine is available at various government and private hospitals. Wear a mask, especially in public indoor settings, regardless of your vaccination status. Get tested if you have any symptoms, whether you've been vaccinated or not, it doesn't matter. Wash your hands frequently, use sanitizers. Stay at home, and if you're sick, distance yourself from others. Keep your premises clean. Sanitize your phones, keys, and don't touch your face without sanitizing your hands. If you're going to office every day, clean your workplace with sanitizer. Clean your groceries, pack before using them. Don't forget to wash your vegetables. And lastly, maintain a 6 feet distance. Do not panic, just be alert and careful. We will keep you updating about this variant. For more such news, keep watching this space.
You are watching India Today.
टीम इंडिया कराएगी तुमसे डांडिया. टीम पाकिस्तान दिखाएगी आसमान. टीम नेपाल बुरा करेगी.
Hello and welcome to One India News. I am Akash, and as we all know, the whole day we at One India were tracking the story that happened there in Tamil Nadu. The helicopter that was carrying 14 people, including the Chief of Defense Staff, General Bipin Rawat, his wife, and his defense assistant, and more officials of the army. It crashed while it was on its way to Wellington. And post that, we have been covering this story non-stop. And the latest update is that a few hours ago, just an hour ago, we got an update that 13 out of 14 people in that crash have been confirmed dead. And now the confirmation has arrived that CDS Bipin Rawat passed away in that crash. He was not able to survive it. And to discuss more with me about this whole situation and what would be the way forward for the government is our senior correspondent Vicky Nanchappa. Hello, Vicky. Welcome.
Hello, Akash. Thank you so much.
So it's a very grimace day as far as India is concerned. Just a year back, one of the most decorated army personnel of India, General Bipin Rawat, he took up this new post of CDS. You and me were talking about this thing that this post was first. It was thought of during the Kargil war, but there was a lot of issues. But now on 1st of January, General Bipin Rawat, who retired as the army chief, on the 31st of December, he took over as the CDS. And now, just shy of an year, we come to hear about this story that, it is an unfortunate thing. Your first thought about this whole situation that has happened today?
Hi. Well, now say bye-bye to your high medicine costs with India's one of the largest pharmacy apps, Farm Easy. Farm Easy दे रहा है 20% off plus 20% cashback on your medicine orders plus 4 hour में express delivery. तो फार्म इजी ऐप को डाउनलोड कीजिए और करिए अपने मेडिसिन कॉस्ट्स पे ह्यूज सेविंग्स।
लक्ष्मी तो माँ है और माँ की देखभाल करना तो हर इंसान का फर्ज होता है।
Them, gathering information about them. So a large amount of intelligence was available to us through the Mukti Jodhas and our own intelligence operatives operating there. So finally, when we decided to go into war in December, because Pakistan initiated the war on the Western Front on 3rd of December, and we went into the war, you found that it was an integrated battle which was fought. The land forces and the air forces were operating in a very joint manner. It was kind of an air-land battle. Both the commanders at some stage decided, if you have to race to Dhaka, then you must do an air-land battle. And we did the Tangel landings. That is when 2 paras were dropped there with the Air Force and the land forces that linked with them, and we were able to reach Dhaka. Navy at the time was told that you must blockade the Chittagong port and make sure that nobody can escape from that site. So what happened there was that the 93,000 prisoners of war booty that we got was because the Navy ensured that no escape route was available from the sea route, otherwise these people would escape. So Navy was doing the task based on the overall plan that had been made. Air Force was supporting the ground forces in the operation. This was a classic example of a theatre battle. And when the battle had been won, the surrender was taken and decided upon by the Eastern Theatre Commander. There was no interference happening from the army headquarters. The 3 chiefs here were advising the government, keeping the government informed what is happening, resourcing the theatre commanders in the way they wanted to be resourced. Now you found that by about 7th or 8th December, when the Pakistani Air Force had been completely decimated in the Eastern Theatre, a decision was taken that some of the Air Force from here could come to the support in the Western Theatre, because we had suffered a setback in Longewala, where the Chinese had launched Pakistanis had launched a very major offensive with their mechanized forces. So the same Air Force was then diverted westward and utilized to blunt the offensive in Longewala. But here again what happened? In the Western Front, you didn't have a theatre battle being fought. You had a Western Army commander operating from Simla, looking at the Western sector, and you had a Southern Army commander operating from Pune, looking at the desert sector. Now, while you were making very good gains in the Western sector, we were almost knocking on the doors of Sialkot and Lahore. on the western sector. But we were suffering some setbacks in the southern sector in Longewala, and initially in Bhuj also there was some action that had taken place. So what happened was, the resources were diverted. Air Force was decided to Longewala, because it was each, I would say, army commander, calling for assistance, and somebody in Delhi taking a call. Had there been one theatre commander looking after the western front, maybe he would have decided, never mind if I lose Longewala, so long as I get Sialkot and Lahore in my pocket, which would have been better. I feel if there had been a theatre commander, the decision to support the operations in Longewala maybe would have gone in favor of pressing on the offensive towards Sialkot and Lahore, which would have been advantageous. And subsequently we could have still come and maybe, yes, lost Longewala, but recaptured it. So you have to look at, where the value territory lies, where the value objective lies. This can only happen if you have one commander, because here the Southern Army commander thought, oh my God, for me if I lose Longewala, it's blood on my face. So, I must make sure. So he was crying hoarse to get support, and he was given the support. But then you lost the advantage that you were gaining. You were at Nanakot, knocking the doors of Sialkot, and Sialkot was there for you to take. In the meantime, the ceasefire was called in the eastern sector. So the war had to be called off, and that is where the situation lies today.
रोहन आज भी स्कूल नहीं आया। वो बार-बार बीमार क्यों हो जाता? शायद पानी से। पानी तो मैं भी पीता हूँ। मैं क्यों नहीं बीमार पड़ता? तुम पीते हो सबसे प्योर पानी, कैंट प्योरीफायर का पानी। जी हाँ, कैंट का सबसे शुद्ध पानी पीते रहें और हेल्दी रहें।
RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई आग से बचाए।
Your health is our concern. Choose appropriate hospital. Our telemedicine and customer care team will guide you if required. Star Health Insurance, always at your doorstep.
It's my last night actually.
One night? That's so many moments.
तो क्या एक रात में पूरी जिंदगी जी सकते हैं?
Try करते हैं।
Unless it reveals the wealth of nations and silences the barrel of a gun. Unless it reflects the sadness in the eye of the tiger as forests disappear. In fact, the dot is the center of your universe and of ours. The dot is the essence of NDTV. The essence of just one word: trust.